What is going on, YouTube? Aaron Collins, drone pilot, back again today, and I got a little bit of different content for you guys today. This past weekend I was in the yard working, and I had my weed eater go out on me, and I ordered a weed eater off of Amazon for 50 bucks, and that's what I'm making this video about. I wanted to see, I've always owned gas-powered power equipment for the yard, and I live in a pretty big, I have a pretty big yard. I have a couple acres out here where I live, and as you can see, there's a lot of fence line, lots of jungle area, which is just really hard to maintain. That part of my property is really wet, and that's why I typically don't touch it. I have like areas where I basically maintain pretty good, and then areas where I typically don't touch it for a couple years, 2-3 years. So anyway, stick around. I'm gonna do this demonstration of this weed eater and tell you what I think, and is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to spend $50 on a weed eater off Amazon? But anyway, stay tuned, check this video out.
Ball back out. Pistol! Pistol! Good boy. Go fetch. I think that didn't even work.
Thank you, sir. Wow, this thing's pretty compact. Huh. What's in there? Let's see what all's in there. Just dump it in the trailer for me, Wayne.
I was actually going to do that. I was going to do that. There's a pack in there too.
Yeah, there we go. That looks empty. Alright, so it comes with a little handle to hold it, and the I don't know, string guard, I guess you would call it. Looks like it comes preset with some string. I don't know how useful that is, but it's only got string on one side. That's super interesting. Did not expect that. Okay, so a little backstory on this. I ordered this because my other weed eater went out after about 6 years. It's a gas-powered Husqvarna, and I wanted to give this a try. Look at this, it's got a little edging wheel on there, which I don't really have a lot of edge, so I ain't really concerned about that, but it's a pretty neat feature. So yeah, it's an electric. Never owned an electric weed eater before. I'm more of a gas-powered guy myself, but this is a Black & Decker. And I don't know, I want to give it a try. It's going to get a workout. I went to use mine the other day, and you can see I definitely need to use it. And my weed eater went out, so I went and bought this one. So this is not really typical content from our channel, but I want to see what it'll do. So what's interesting, I just put this handle on here, and it's got like a little push button adjustment, so you can adjust the angle that you really want this at. I'll have to use it a little bit to figure it out, but one other thing that's interesting is that most weed eaters are bump feeds, and what I mean by that, if you're watching this, you probably already know, or maybe you don't, who knows. So typically the way the feed or the feeding system works on a weed eater is it's a bump feed. It'll have a button here on the bottom, and basically what that does, that releases the spool to allow more line to come out. And this one is interesting because I didn't realize this when I bought it. I just bought it because it was 50 bucks. So anyway, this apparently is the button to feed more line out of the weed eater. Interesting. All right, just something in an unboxing. There's a set screw here for the protector, and the screw was inside of this plastic piece. So you basically just unscrew that and just slide it on, and it takes a little coercion, but it's like a little snap-in portion on there. It feels like it fits pretty good. But anyway, you just take that screw out of the plastic, then slide it in, and then put this on here. It looks like we are almost ready to go. Literally, the setup on this thing probably takes about 2 minutes or something like that. But I'm eager to try it out. So, all right, while I'm resetting this power cord, let's talk about some instant feedback. Get my trusty old Oakleys that I don't really wear that much anymore, except for when I do yard work. So instant feedback on this weed eater. It seems that torque is pretty good. Seems like, I like the little wheel that we were talking about, the kind of like the edger wheel. I kind of like that. It kind of helps to do, like if you're on a wall, like I'm going around my house, it seems like a pretty good little guide. It's pretty nice. Another thing is, interestingly enough, is it doesn't throw a lot of clippings into my legs. I'm out here wearing shorts right now, and I'm okay. If I use a regular weed eater, I'm in shorts, it stings like, pretty good. So it does a pretty good job of keeping the clippings off of you. Let's see. And looking at it, it does a pretty good job, around these areas. One thing that I thought was interesting was that I was talking about the handle when I first did this. That thing is trash, okay? It seems like a great idea to have like a little push button here. The adjustment is a push button right here. And you can adjust this handle forward or backwards. The only real complaint I have about it right now, as in, I've been weed eating for 15 minutes, is just that it resets. So basically, while it is fine when you're sitting here holding it, but the second you pull that trigger and that vibration starts, it immediately starts to adjust. Like I can have it like forward, like straight up or straight out, kind of to the weed eater, and it just pops back into place. Like I can have it here, and as soon as the vibration starts, the handle starts adjusting. I mean, I think that is a really poor design, to be honest with you. We'll see. The easy feed on this thing, the feature, you have to have it going. Like you have to have the trigger down, and then you'll just blip it. Just push the button once, and it'll actually stop it. I was thinking that maybe it was some kind of a feed system where it was mechanical in the way that, or motor driven, that it would feed it out when you push the button. But basically, I don't know if it's some kind of a clutch or something, that you're full speed, you just hit it and it'll let a little bit of line out. And you'll notice, because it'll start hitting the string cutter, just the way a regular weed eater does when you bump it to feed more. So anyway, I'm gonna get it going some more and get some more feedback on this thing. All right, so Black & Decker, come on, man. Seriously, this design is garbage. I found myself not being able to do what I need to do properly because that stupid handle keeps on moving. Like, I'm gonna modify this thing. I think it's a pretty good setup. I mean, for $50, it's a good deal. However, that handle, the adjustment of that handle makes this thing a $50 paperweight. I find myself just trying to manipulate it with my hand to get it back in the correct position. I spend more time trying to mess with this handle than I am getting the stuff done. I mean, it does a great job. It's got enough torque. I don't need a 50 position ergonomic handle. I just want one handle that works. That's it. That's all I need. I need one position. I don't need you know, 9 other positions or 5 other positions, whatever it is, that it won't stay in. Just one position will be fine, you know? I mean, that's the only gripe I have about the thing, really. Everything else seems to be, you know, pretty functional. I just don't understand, what is that thing? What is this? Like, I can't believe it won't move when it's not running. But I'm telling you, this thing just pops out. This thing doesn't pop out. This handle just moves. Like anytime you touch the throttle, it just changes. You know, it wants to pull all the way up towards me. Like I just want it to stay in one position. I'm gonna modify this thing. 100%. I'm gonna modify that handle to stay exactly where it's at. Because other than that, it's a pretty good unit. I mean, to be honest with you, for 50 bucks, it's pretty good. So this is the Black & Decker Easy Feed Best E620. Like I said, it was about $50 on Amazon, and it's a really good price for a weed eater for anybody that, especially, you know, if you don't have like a lot of stuff growing everywhere like I do on my almost 2 acres of property. It would be great for, you know, if you lived in a subdivision, you didn't have a great deal of property and all that good stuff. It would be a great unit, probably. With the exception of that thing, whatever this is. Let's go, Black & Decker. You can fix that. Look at the handle. You see it's already adjusted. Hey, buddy, stop. What happened with the handle? This thing right here. Was it comfortable like that, or would you like it like this? You like it like that, right? Let's try it again. Look at the handle. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, this handle is what I'm complaining about. Is absolutely garbage. I mean, where is it more comfortable at for you? Kind of in that position, right? Because when you do, it pulls your hand like really close to you, and you're holding your 2 hands really close together. But you see how quickly it goes into that backwards position. Let's do it one more time, Walker. Let's show them. Go ahead and hit it. Look at that. That is ridiculous. Fix it. You know who else is not a big fan of the weed eater? These 2 guys. It's just okay. This is how it is, I guess. No, I just want to reiterate before, you know, kind of in closing, the weed eater's got a lot of torque. It seems to be pretty efficient and does a good job. Cuts, you know, just like a weed eater should. I mean, I don't really have any gripes about the functionality of the actual weed eating portion itself. The only gripe I have is about that handle, and I would, you know, is it worth it? $50? I don't know. Maybe if I can modify this handle to not move, it would probably be worth it for me. And which I will, you know, I will go ahead and modify it and keep this thing around for as long as I can. And, you know, I may even make a follow-up, you know, whenever the life ends on this thing. But as of right now, you know, that's the only thing really that I don't like about it, is that handle. I think everything else works as it should, and it's overall for $50. So overall, you know, would I buy it again for $50? Sure, I probably would. I'm gonna modify this handle and you know, use it as long as I can and see how much life I can get out of this thing. But yeah, I mean, being that this is the first time for me owning a trimmer or any kind of, you know, outdoor equipment that is, you know, electrical powered, I'm not super impressed, but I'm not let down either. The only thing is nothing to do with the electric motor itself. It's just that handle, and that's it. Like I said, if you lived in a residential area, man, this thing would be more than, you know, anything that you'd need, you know. But being that I have jungles to cut, all around here. It's probably not the ideal setup for me, but you know, I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna use the heck out of it and we'll see how long it lasts. But anyway, I just wanted to say, you know, thanks for watching again. I really appreciate you guys coming by and stopping by the channel. I know this is a little bit different than stuff that I normally post, but you know, I want to kind of incorporate more of my life into my channel. I do a lot of different things. So, you know, if you guys want to come here and want me to keep on making interesting content or different content, let me know. Give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'm going to keep on rolling out videos. You know, just let me know how I'm doing, what you think about what I'm doing, because ultimately it's about you guys, keep coming back to the page. So anyway, catch you guys later.